This is Coke Splenda, Diet Coke Splenda. And I think in my last vlog I said that I was done and that you could have them when you came back. And last night I was like, tomorrow I want to take my meds with an icy Diet Coke. I don't care if it's Splenda. And then I forgot to take my meds with it. I used water, which is better, but anyway, it's after our 1 p.m. breakfast, although I did set my alarm clock for 11 and got up. I mean, it's baby steps. I was thinking 1, so I'm just trying to work my way down to a normal time. And even though 11 is very late, it's still before noon. If it's after noon, it's like not good for my mental state. So anyway, I had some Special K with banana, and I started feeling really thirsty, and I was like groggy, and I was like, I need some caffeine, and I was like, I need bubbles, and I need black bubbles. So I'm drinking this right now.
I guess that was your choice.
And it's semi-okay. I could not tolerate Coke Zero. That plastic bottle, it was like 1 liter. After my 2 experiments with it, like a few sips each time, then it was sitting in the fridge for a few days. And yesterday I was like, I hate this. I hate that it's taking up space in my fridge. I'm dumping it, and that's what I did. So, so I'm relieved that I get, I wish I had regular Diet Coke, but this is okay for now. It's what I have, and it's okay. The can makes such a big difference. I swear I didn't give Coke Zero enough of a chance. I don't see cans of that around, though. I don't know. I mean, not like I've really been looking. Okay, so anyway, I don't know. You seem really busy and occupied with your vacation, and my vlogs probably seem really pathetic, and I'm feeling pathetic. I am depressed, and it started January 3rd, because January 1st was New Year's Day, and I was feeling good because we had a fun New Year's Eve. And then January 2nd was the official Monday, New Year's Eve, and Paul's office was closed. And so, I don't know, it still felt like festive atmosphere or holiday atmosphere. And January 3rd came, and I was like, I died. And so I'm explaining it to myself at that point, like, oh, you always go through this post-holiday crash. And I do, and it's January, and January is so long and so cold, and you've had this in Chicago, you've had this in Portland, this is just your seasonal affective disorder thing, and maybe you should ask the doctor for a prescription light box. I don't know if people, I don't even know if that's possible, because one time I looked on Amazon at light boxes, and there was a price range of like $20 to $500, and I couldn't figure out what was appropriate, and maybe if the doctor prescribed it, I could get it paid for by insurance. But there's a part of me that thinks it's bullshit. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's like reduced sunlight affects my brain chemicals, and staring into a box of light would make a difference. But it's hard to believe. And in the past, I used to take vitamin D supplements. I don't know if I've talked about this, but then I've heard recently that the body doesn't really absorb them. So I don't believe in that anymore, and I don't want to spend my money on that anymore. and I'm dying. I had a really every day that Paul goes to work. I have to fight with all my might to do something with Poppy, and it's usually taking her to the store because we'll need something, or maybe the library. I've done like 2 times this month, and I always feel good about myself when I can get her to the library. It's too cold for parks. I know these super healthy moms that go on hikes in the state parks and everything. There's not a lot of snow. If you're a really active person, you could do that. I don't. I'm too depressed. Mostly when I'm alone with Poppy, she's doing her games or videos, mostly games, and I'm sitting on the couch. And I'm looking at my phone, or I'm not even looking at my phone. I'm taking a nap. I'm taking like 3 naps a day. And I saw him, Dr. Allen, on January 6th, and he upped my Lamictal, he upped my Wellbutrin. I talked about all this before. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday, I was psycho. I had extreme intrusive thoughts of harming myself and feeling violent toward Paul, who wasn't really doing anything to provoke it. And then I had this like painful struggle to keep such feelings and from Poppy because she's so innocent. I feel like I'm going down, but I'm not gonna kill myself or anything because I can't.
I hope we get 1,000 coins.
I don't know how to fix this. I've probably already mentioned I take 13 pills a day. I've started therapy. Okay, I haven't gotten far there. I only had 1 session, so I can't be like I'm in therapy, but I've made like a positive step.
That's my user.
Oh, I have PMS real
It
bad.
is my name.
My doctor said, I always thought I've probably said this to you before. Over the years, I thought I had a hormonal problem because I would be at my worst during PMS time. Like the dysmorphic disorder, premenstrual. But he believes that I am bipolar and that the hormonal changes of menstrual cycle trigger mood episodes. I guess he's right. I mean, Paul has observed for many years that when am I most crazy, and then he finds out I have PMS. It's like he's like, oh, it was PMS. Like that's why it was so intense. Or that's why. So, I mean, I'm taking 2 Klonopin a day. I don't. I can't take more than that. I can't abuse my prescription. It's not cutting it. I fantasize about having a hysterectomy, but I have read that like that can backfire on women. Like there's some, this is internet testimonials or whatever, people are commenting, talking about their experience, and there are women that are like, oh God, like it was a dream come true. I knew I didn't want kids anymore, and it just took away all the suffering of my PMDD. And then they're like, but there's a lot of women that are like, I thought it would save me from my PMDD, but It actually caused extremely weird other problems, like physical problems, mental problems. I don't know. I can't remember the bad things, but there were bad things, and it wasn't like it was a significant amount of people. Plus, I'm afraid of surgery, and plus, it creeps me out to have my woman parts removed. So I'm creeped out by it, but I fantasize about it too. I don't know. And I'd go into menopause. I wonder if Lauren. I was wondering if Lauren had a full or a partial hysterectomy. Like if they just took out her cervix, or if they took it all out. I don't know. But yeah, going through menopause. I mean, it's going to happen in a few years anyway. I mean, isn't it around 50? Late 40s, 50, that it happens anyway. So, and then I'm like, well, let's just hang on to that. But then, like, Carol Ann finished her menopause a while back, and she said it was like relatively painless, and stress-free. Occasional hot flashes, or like that was it. She said occasional hot flashes. No like massive mood swings or pain or anything. But she never had PMS, unless she's in, denial about PMS and was a crabby bitch and it was PMS and she never connected it. But she claims she never had PMS. And Jacqueline claims she never really had PMS, like maybe like light normal PMS, like a little crabby, a little crampy, but not crazy town like me. So from what I've read, I'm pretty much destined to have a painful, stressful menopause. I feel cursed. I feel cursed. I can't handle my life anymore. I don't even have that much to handle. I have a good kid. I have a good husband. Nice house. I don't have any friends besides you. My mother-in-law's a bitch. Paul and I talked about moving to Portland versus moving to like Queens or whatever, closer to the city. The pros and the cons of both. And even though everything seemed more sensible toward moving toward the city, because we would be between closer to Carol Ann and closer to Nancy, or the same distance from Nancy, just from the other end, in between them, and way closer to his job, and blah blah blah. There's a homeschooling scene and all that stuff, culture, and then all the advantages of Portland that, like for Paul, his friends, and for Poppy, the hippie scene for kids. And Paul is landing on the side of Portland. So I was like, but terrified of his mother, just everything that we've been talking about. So I was like, why don't you bring it up to your mother like this? Kind of bury the Portland thing. Just be like, Rocky Point is not working out for us. And, sometimes we talk about moving to the city, closer to the city, or outer city. And sometimes we talk about moving back to Portland because that was a good place for our family in a lot of ways. So not just be like, we are moving to Portland, but just, and be like, no plans are being made. This is just a conversation we're having, but it's been persistent since we got back from Portland. And, that might make her save face in a way, or just like ease into the idea. And like, I picture her being like, what? Like, you can't do it. Like, just freaked out. Or just being like, oh, figures, unemotional. But Paul agreed that that might be an easier way for him to approach